Welcome everybody to a broadcast of Jerusalem's Gate. I just wanted to give this quick update about the continuous signs from heaven regarding the return of Christ. And before we start off, we're not doing a typical video. I'm doing a screenshot video. I have a few videos following what I'm about to say. Very, very short. It's only a couple of minutes, if that. But it's very important that you watch it to the end. Now, Luke 21:25. The Bible warns us of the signs of the return of Christ. One of the signs is distress of nations with perplexity. And the examples I can use, it would literally take me weeks to describe all the signs, distress of nations that's happening on the world. But it's very obvious that the nations of the world, including our own here in the United States, is going through distress with perplexity. Things happening to nations that nobody can figure out why is it happening. Strange and unusual things. These things are not strange in a sense, but they are foretold by the scriptures in Luke 21:25, distress of nations with perplexity. So let's go over a few things right now. Yes, there's a few things just happening in the last few days that I want to bring up. For one, Taiwan. Taiwan is now fearful that China will do a blockade. And Taiwan said that China could easily do a blockade of the island. Will that set off a war between China and Taiwan? I don't know the answer to that question, but China is doing some pretty strong words about reuniting Taiwan with the mainland. Will the United States back Taiwan if China would do that or attack? I foresee probably a blockade first. If that is done, that would pretty much destroy that little tiny island. And will the United States intervene against China? I don't know the answer to that question. But it's a thing that's out there. China's been flying, as you know, many flights, military flights around Taiwan and showing its power to Taiwan. If China decides to invade Taiwan, Taiwan would fall within, I wouldn't say I would say the top a couple of days. China is growing so fast, unprecedentedly fast, militarily and financially and economically, but mainly military. And I got a couple other things I wanted to bring to your attention. Bosnia Herzegovina, there's trouble there. People are starting to talk about a possible war there again that happened some decades ago. They're not even flying their usual flag. They're flying other flags, even on government buildings. And there's talk of a possible war there again. So that's and I got a video of this that's it's going to cover these things, and it's only a minute or two long. So I hope you stick it out. It's very important you do. Ethiopia. They're fighting in Ethiopia now. Will it grow into a full-blown civil war? I don't know the answer to that question, but the war is starting to wage in Ethiopia, and that's relatively been heated up a lot the last few days. Now, one last thing I'd like to bring to your attention that just happened in the last few days. This happened a few days ago. There have been an attempted assassination, what was to believe by Iranian-backed militia against Iraq's prime minister. They had a drone loaded with explosive and gunfire at the Iraqi prime minister's home. Fortunately, he was not there, but they do believe it was Iranian-backed militia that tried to assassinate Iraq. Iraq is prime for some kind of civil war type of thing going on. You see more people in Iraq turning away from the United States and turning to more different countries like Iran and Russia. And you can throw China in there also, because Iran is secretly backed by Russia and China. There's possible civil war. A possible civil war may be brewing in Iraq. Now, I got some videos from Aljazeera. They're very short, and I'm going to go over what I just discussed. It's very important you watch it. These are signs that's happening in the last few days about the return of Christ. Distress the nations with perplexity. Here comes the videos. It's only a couple minutes long. Please watch it. Thank you.
It's been called an attempted assassination, an explosion followed by gunfire on Prime Minister Mustafa al-Kadhimi's residence in the most secure part of Iraq, the heavily fortified green zone of Baghdad. According to the Prime Minister's office, drones carrying explosives were used in the attack. Kadhimi was unharmed and spoke to the nation shortly after.
To all of those who were worried, my residence was targeted in a cowardly attack. Thanks to God and His grace, all of those working with me and I are doing well.
International condemnation of the attack was swift. The US issued a statement of relief that the PM was unhurt and called it an apparent act of terrorism.
The message to the Security Council is clear. Time is short. The window to secure a mediated settlement to the conflict is closing.
In a country of over 110 million people, over 90 different ethnic groups, and 80 languages, no one can predict what continued fighting and insecurity will bring. But let me be clear. What is certain is that the risk of Ethiopia descending into a widening civil war is only too real.
It's been a gloomy few weeks in Bosnia Herzegovina, with dark clouds filling both the sky and the country's political horizon. After almost 3 decades of peace, the prospect of war is being discussed by many people. The reason: statements and apparent attempts by leading politicians here in Bosnia's Serb enclave of Republika Srpska, threatening to withdraw from state institutions, including the National Army, paving the way for cessation. After the UN's top official warned the country could break apart, the United States sent its envoy to the region, meeting Bosnia's 3-member presidential council as well as other Serb leaders. The message from each of them was there would be no war. But divisions in the country are clear to see. In Republika Srpska, it's a struggle to find the Bosnian national flag raised anywhere, not even on government buildings. Instead, a variation of Serbia proper's flag, adopted by Srpska, is widely flown.
I do not